This fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor, by always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is, I love you. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. It's you. And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
Vice President Kamala Harris speaking just some 12 minutes or so at Howard University, her alma mater, where she had hoped to be making obviously a victory speech, obviously a very different speech, indeed though defiant in many ways, but talking about the importance of a peaceful transfer of power and doing whatever this administration can to help the next administration, which is traditional for these sorts of speeches.
She also, by and large, it was a very uplifting, positive speech, but there's one line in there that I thought was notable. She talked about how some people might feel that we're entering into a dark period, but these are the words that I think were notable. She said, "In our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States." It jumped out at me because, frankly, it echoed General Milley's retirement speech, where he also, in a rebuke, he didn't mention him by name, President Trump, but there is concern that people don't know what Donald Trump is going to do. And he has said a lot of things that concern people, and I think that line there was directed at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that was a direct hit to Donald Trump, because the line before it was, we must accept the results of this election, engage in a peaceful transfer of power, exactly what he didn't do 4 years ago. And so I thought that that was her way of giving a warning,
Right, absolutely.
but at the same time doing it very subtly.